Welcome to Inspired Design with Barbara Lazara. Today, Inspired Design is taking you to Thomas Tile and Carpet on Lake Street. Thomas Tile has been part of the Addison community since 1967. And I would venture to say just about every home in town has some little thing done from Thomas Tile, because most of our contractors in Addison came to Thomas Tile when they were building our homes. Mary Lou is the senior buyer here at Thomas Tile, and we're going to talk with her. And Barbara, you're going to tell us how to make the heart of our home throb with excitement and enthusiasm. The heart of our home, I think, is the kitchen.
It is the kitchen.
It really is. And Barbara, you're going to tell us all about how to make that really the heart of the home.
Well, hello, welcome. I'm glad to be here today.
Welcome. I'm so happy that the Addison Village is visiting Thomas Tile and Carpet. Thank you for being with us.
We are thrilled. Inspired Designers love to be here. Well, let's talk about the kitchen over here. Okay, I chose the dark wood today because I wanted to show two different designs. You don't have to be locked into a color scheme because you have a dark cabinet. A lot of people get thrown off by, where do I begin? Do I start with the floor? Do I start with the countertop? Do I start with the back? What do I do? Should I just paint the backsplash? So I wanted to pull up some ideas of what you can do. I love the idea of now doing flooring in a porcelain or a ceramic that looks like wood. And this goes with this vignette because we're putting in the marble, and this was called
Calcutta. It's
Calcutta Oro.
And it's a natural stone, and it's a marble that you can use on your counters. It's beautiful.
Okay, and you use it on your counters, and then I wanted to put in the backsplash colors that pulled from the counter, pulled from the floor, and also pulled from the cabinet. And what this did is it brought interest. What else I would do is under the cabinet, I would pull lighting. I would put lighting to highlight all the areas that you want to see.
And that's really not a very expensive item to put underneath your cabinets. And it makes your countertops, it makes your backsplash really show up.
Yeah, and when you're working with darker tiles that are really in, and I love the idea, if I could just bring this out, but I'll come back to it. When you're working with darker tiles, darker cabinets, you want to showcase and highlight all the light that comes in. Otherwise, it's too much density against your walls. So when you're using this, I think putting lights under just pops everything else.
You also can show the wood grain too. When you put a light under it, like you really can't see it now, but when you put a light under it, you see the beauty of the wood.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And again, people wouldn't think of putting marble with a wooden floor. Now, is this practical? I mean, think about it.
And this isn't wood.
This isn't wood.
No.
And look at it. It's got the texture of wood. It's got the look of wood.
And here's always my concern in the kitchen. I'm always worried about a slippery floor. This is not slippery.
No, it's not.
It's got a groove in it. It's definitely not slippery.
And on the floor, it's beautiful. And wood, a lot of people go for the natural wood-looking floors, but they're a lot of work. They're a lot of maintenance. You have to get them sanded and resealed, and because water doesn't do well, acids don't do well.
That you don't worry about.
No, you don't.
You spill, you drop, you
right,
wipe.
You wipe it up, and then the most important thing, especially on this look with this gray tile, is to go with a darker grout. And if you
I was going to ask Mary Lou, the grout, I saw a sign out front that said you don't have to seal grout anymore?
No, we have a grout that's called a true color grout. And what that true color means is it's made with urethane. And because of the urethane compound, you no longer have to seal your grout, which is such an amazing thing. Plus, it's UV resistant, so it won't fade as easily as traditional grout. It's flexible. And it comes in many colors, so you can really work around your color scheme with the many colors that we have in true grouts. Nope, never have to seal it. And a lot of times ceramic tile and porcelain tiles can be in your home for 50, 60, 70 years if need be, and you won't have to seal that grout.
And that's the mechanics of it. And the one thing that just came to mind as you were speaking, people don't know how to choose grout. They seem to pick the cream, the off-white, right? That's
Right.
probably your biggest seller.
Absolutely, those safe
Where
colors.
when you, especially when you want to use the porcelain wood grain, you first of all you put the tiles real close to each other, so you really don't see a grout line. But the fact that you need a grout, you need to go darker. You need to go darker with the grout so it looks like wood when it's all finished, rather than a tile. And that's the look I'm
So
trying
you
to
have to
achieve.
lose that safety zone of yours. and
Yes.
kind of step out.
Yes, you
the
have to
box.
go with it. I mean, they have a myriad of colors
Right.
today. And so, and again, I think people get stuck in a rut where we have to go with beige, we have to go with cream.
Well,
And
just for an example, look, this isn't part of the grout for that, but it kind of wipes it out if you do that.
yes, it does. And it shows as a tile.
It wipes
The
it
whole
out.
illusion that you want to bring with this look is that it's wood. You want that feel of wood. So you really don't want to see a grout line. So go darker. Don't go lighter. Go darker with grout. Also, talking about grout for a minute, you could see that if we use this grout for this one, it actually pops the
Makes it
color.
pop out.
Yeah, pops the color. So grout is understated, but it means so much.
Now, see, now the grout that you don't have to seal anymore would be great on a backsplash.
Right.
Because that's what actually it gets dirtier than a floor,
It
I
does-
think.
it
Because you're
can.
frying, you're cooking, you're splashing, and that's where the stains really come.
Correct.
And stains all come off of that.
That is correct. It's stain resistant, so it's really a wonderful product now. Plus, the other thing that happens with grouts is they crack, and the True Color grout does not crack. It's very flexible. So, if you notice, there's cracks in your grout a lot of times. Well, that is eliminated as well. So it's got a lot of
There's a give
really
to it.
good. Yeah, there's give to it. There's some flexibility. Those are all really good properties to have with grout.
Now, this is what you would use as a backsplash. I love that. That's beautiful.
Yeah, that is a beautiful. Look how it picks up the colors in the marble. It picks up the colors in the wood. And let's talk about the marble for a minute. This is beautiful marble. It's the colorings. It has colors to work with.
Now, you would use that as a countertop?
I would use this as the countertop. Yes, I would.
And I know, Mary Lou, you said this is quite the item that people are
It's
using as a
a
countertop.
very, very popular countertop right now. Calcutta statuaries, the very classical marbles. These are marbles that have been around for thousands of years. And people like the white and the cleanliness of it. It's got some warm tones with the, in Calcutta Oral, there's some gold tones in it, some beiges. And it's stunning in countertop applications.
Well, see, my concern would be stains,
Right.
marble stains, and there's no way of getting that stain out. Wine,
Right.
sauces, acid type of fruit.
You have to be vigilant. There are marble poultices. There are products that can be purchased that help you with that. You have to be vigilant because, yes, it does stain. And if you're vigilant and you wipe up immediately or very close to when you've dropped, spilled something, you can avoid that, and you seal the marble, and that will definitely help prevent staining right away, and any etching as well from vinegars like salad dressings.
It's a kitchen.
Correct. It's a kitchen and it's a workplace, and if you're vigilant and if you're a person that really is bothered by that, you might not want to use this kind of marble because you have to be vigilant, but it is a beautiful, beautiful surface, and it does project a beautiful kitchen countertop.
And just coming back from a major trade show, this is what they're showing now.
Yes,
Is the marble is really hot right now.
right.
Do you want to show them the alternative to the
Sure,
marble?
sure.
Barbara, you went. Mary Lou was getting us the piece there. There is. Barbara, you want to tell them a little bit about this?
Yeah, this is actually porcelain.
That is correct.
And it is created from digital imaging. So digital imaging today, you can take any marble, granite, and mimic that through digital
imagery,
imaging. They
right.
make big slabs of it, and then it's cut.
Right.
And this, being porcelain, it gives you the feel, it gives you the look of marble, and yet it's porcelain. Very wearable.
Now,
Very
the
wearable.
marble is porous.
Correct.
So that's what causes the
Mm-hmm. It
staining.
absorbs.
Correct.
It absorbs the liquid.
Correct.
Porcelain is not.
Non-absorption, no. And all porcelains have to have less than a 0.5% absorption rate, which makes them very dense and very non-porous and suitable for indoor or outdoor application. So it's a very great heavy-duty tile to put anywhere in a home or commercial application.
This is Jerusalem limestone. Isn't that beautiful? And this is a natural stone, and I've seen it in a
correct.
porcelain look.
Yes,
This is a common porcelain
Yes, yes, it's another look. Limestone is also kind of a cementitious, has a cementitious look to it, and a
does.
lot of people are using this both in countertop applications and floors and walls. Just a very seamless and very contemporary look. But
Yes,
it's really
it is.
beautiful
And
because
this one is not glazed, as you can see, or buffed. It is honed.
it's
So
honed,
it
yeah.
has a real matted finish, which is really pretty. It gives it a different look than what you normally see in granite, high polished granite.
Right.
It's more of a softer look. And then we have the floor. Look at this floor. It's gorgeous.
This would be your countertop?
That would be the countertop. And then this is the floor. So many colors, such a beautiful texture. And Mary Lou, would you like to tell us a little bit
Sure.
about
This is a porcelain tile from Spain. It's made by Mapisa, and it's got a little bit of a grooved surface, yet you wouldn't notice it standing on it, so it's very comfortable to stand on. It is, again, dense and, again, not resistant to frost. You could put it indoors or outdoors, in your kitchen, outside, in a patio installation. It could be clad on buildings for commercial use as well. It's just a very versatile tile, and it's really beautiful and very unique looking with the multitude of colors.
And you were also sharing with me yesterday, a lot of people today are putting heating under their floor.
They are, and when you heat your floor, the best types of flooring to do that with are ceramic, porcelain, and natural stone, because that conducts the warm heat that's being produced with an electrical current underneath your floor, or radiant heat as well. Carpet and wood don't conduct the heat as well, so you should really primarily use it with porcelain and ceramic tile and stone.
And it's so practical because a lot of people, we're in the Midwest, so a lot of people would choose wood over stone just because they say it's too cold on your feet in the winter, where that would solve that problem,
That's
or even
correct.
in a bathroom.
That is correct.
Isn't that
They're-
toasty?
Oh, sounds great in a bathroom.
Yeah.
It's wonderful in a bathroom.
toasty.
That's a very, very good application of it. And I used it in our kitchen in my home, underneath the sink and around the seating area. So we have heated floors on.
So you can pick and choose where you want it
Yes,
then.
yes. You don't have to put it in the whole room. You can just put it in
that's
different,
interesting.
different areas. So we used it where I stand the most and where we sit the most.
That's
So,
really good to know.
Yes.
Barbara, what I want to ask you, this looks like a little more modern look.
Well, this is what I liked, is the fact that I went with a matted Jerusalem, a matted look Jerusalem stone for the countertop. I wanted to bring a little sparkle. And again, I'm still going with the idea of lighting underneath the cabinet. So this will bring up light to the backsplash, from the backsplash all the way up.
Right.
So look at what a nice sheen and sparkle it has. It's glass, easy maintainable, just wipe it down, non-porous, and again, the grout. This one's pretty cool though, because I could go with this grout, or I could go with this grout,
Right.
or I could go with this grout. You know, it's kind of, well, there's a little.
But that's why I
Yeah.
have you.
Yeah, that's what
I have you.
But, you know, that's what, again, you could go with different color. Well, okay, so that would be closer to this. Or, you know, you could be the safe one and take that. And that's
I'm
fine.
always
It
the
all
safe
works.
one.
And that's all works. And again, for the flooring, I chose this color grout, which makes sense because I don't necessarily want to see where it stops and starts.
Right.
And can you butt this together?
Yes, and it's a very, you can make the joints between the pieces very tight. Tile that does not size, meaning there's not very large size differentiations, are very easy to push close together and eliminate the wider grout joint, which is really
that
nice.
And that is a piece of knowledge that people don't know about. People think that you have to have the standard grout penny width, they call it penny width grout joint, and you don't have to on
No.
all tiles.
No.
Some tiles you really do want pushed together tightly,
Correct.
just to give it that different look.
Right.
And also, I wanted to mention that you can put wall tile, or you can put
Floor tile.
tile on the wall, but you cannot put wall tile on the floor.
That is correct.
It is constructed different, and you can go ahead and talk a
Right.
little bit.
Wall tile is typically a less hard tile as floor tile. The glaze is not meant to be walked on, so the glaze that the manufacturers put on tile, if it's not a hard glaze, it will scratch. And so you want to put only tiles that are suitable for floors on the floor, and on walls. You can put wall tiles on walls, but not, a lot of times wall tiles do not belong on the floor. So it just depends on the hardness rating of the glaze on the tile.
But there's the general rule of thumb.
Right.
So make it a beautiful kitchen. It doesn't take a lot of effort. You can do it a little bit at a time. You can change things up a little bit at a time. To me, the biggest impact is to change out a counter. But if you don't have the finances for that, you can change up with a backsplash or an accent piece, such as we have here. Look at the bling.
This is
Look at the bling.
This is beautiful. So, in other words, if I can't afford to do everything I want in my kitchen right now, I can piecemeal it, so to say. I can add. Where would I put that?
Well, this, there's just where would I?
Everywhere.
You're asking the wrong person. But I mean, I could highlight if I were to do a tile app. I could highlight an area and then put like a medallion in the middle with that. I would highlight. That's trim. So wherever you'd want to trim out something in the middle of a backsplash, you can trim it out. Anywhere you'd want to trim it.
So you can start.
Yes, you can.
So you can start with the little trim, and then maybe next year go on to a countertop, and then onto a floor. So you can do it in phases
Yes, you can.
when you can afford to do it.
As you can afford it.
I mean, I would love to do everything all at one time, and that's the ideal way of doing it.
Exactly.
But it doesn't always happen that way.
No.
I never thought about that. That's a great idea.
That is beautiful. Again, like I was thinking that if you really wanted to make the biggest bang without actually doing the rest and piecemealing it, is change out your countertops. And I know that's a little pricey, but save your money for that first. That will make such a big impact in your kitchen, new countertops, especially if you're going from Formica to a natural stone. And I actually like the idea of a natural stone because you purchase it in slabs versus grout lines from a tile. Then you have to deal with grout lines. I think the nice sleek look, it's practical, it's beautiful, and it really does change out your kitchen without even touching your cabinets or, as a start.
But plan today for tomorrow's
It
edition.
is. It is. It is. You do want to save for it. It is not. It's probably one of your most expensive applications in
Yeah.
your kitchen, other than your cabinets. So it's
So one step at a time.
one step.
One step at a time. We've talked about the kitchen and the kitchen design, but there's so many things here at Thomas Tile. You mentioned or alluded to, you can put some of this tile outdoors.
Correct.
On a
Patios.
patio. So that flow from the kitchen to the patio where your grill is, you can actually put that out there too.
Or a screened-in porch, or and any kind of
On
an
a deck
application
also?
on a deck.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that's something I never even thought about. But here at Thomas Tile, you can look at bathroom redos. You can look at kitchens, which we just spoke of. You also have the hard surface. You have the engineered floors.
Correct.
You have the laminates, which are very big today.
Yes.
Mary Lou, will you just take a minute or two and walk us around and show us some of the displays as to what they are? We
Sure.
only have a couple of minutes, but if
Sure.
you don't mind.
Not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. We were talking about bathroom and backsplash tiles, and I wanted to point out one of our newer and more beautiful looks is a linen porcelain tile. So we have a lot of texture here with both a bronzy look and a cream. it has a texture and it has a kind of a reflective quality. It's beautiful both in a bone and a bronze look. And here we have an interesting pattern as well on that you can use as a whole wall on one side here, or you can use it intermittently as an accent piece. I also would like to point out another look that's very popular right now is this striade shown vertically and horizontally. Grays are very big, creams, and a little bit of a taupe. All three colors very popular right now. Here again is the Subway 3x6. This is all natural stone. A lot of different accent pieces, 2x4s, some bullnose pieces, some Listels, and also some chair pieces on the floor here. And finally, we were talking about how really wonderful today's ceramic technology is. And this is a crema marfil look-alike. This is not crema marfil, which is a very common and popular stone. This is crema marfil in a ceramic porcelain glazed tile. And this is a polished version right here, and this is the matte version. And the piece of real crema marfil is right here. And look at how it's
almost exactly the same.
Put it on the floor here. You can't tell the difference. That's the wonderful technology that we now have in the ceramic business.
Now, Barbara, we want to encourage everyone to stop in and visit Thomas Tile. Come in, take a walk through, get ideas, maybe not for this spring or maybe next fall or whatever, but come in and visit Thomas Tile and get your ideas for where you want to go next year, next week, next month.
And I can help you with that. Call me. I would love to come in and talk to Mary Lou with you and kind of come up with a game plan and talk about all her beautiful displays here.
So call Mary Lou, call Barbara when you come in to see Mary Lou here at Thomas Tile, so she can help you work out a plan so you know where you're going to start and where the final product is going to be.
That's right. That's right, for a beautiful kitchen.
So thank you all for joining us. I'm Lucille Zucchero with Barb Lazara and Mary Lou here at Thomas Tile.